Good evening and hello. How are we? I hope we are all okay. Look, I said I'd go live today because there's been something bugging me, and it's this whole thing that of shortage of food and a shortage of fuel, the fuel crisis. Now, what happened is a few days ago is the government supposedly had a leak, and I don't mean they all went to the toilet. They had this leak that said that there could be a fuel shortage. So it could be a fuel shortage, and for everybody to not panic buy. Please don't panic buy. So what have people gone and done? They've gone and panic bought. They've not, so 1 minute you want to listen to the government, and then the next minute you don't. Okay, I'll tell you why in a second. So there's queues outside all petrol stations. There's no diesel, so anyone that drives a diesel car can't get diesel. So everyone's queuing for fuel. Now I've seen posts of people putting fuel into water bottles and also shopping bags. We're going crazy. We're going totally crazy. Now the thing is the people that are controlling the pumps, as in the people in the shops, they are not allowed. Hello, Karen. They are not allowed to activate that pump unless it's going into a jerry can. The red and green cans that you get, or a car. But yet this is happening. It's being activated, and they're going out there and they're taking up all the petrol, and they are double carting for the double trolleying for the food. Now I'm doing it here. Why? I'm in trouble. I didn't. No, I didn't. I am going to need the table later because I'm drinking a fay. Do you want to see? Well, when now? It's a bit awkward, isn't it? Tell you what I'll do, I'll finish this. I'll go downstairs.
Just keep going. It's fine.
Oh, I feel really guilty now because have you heard that?
It's my bum.
It's her boudoir, she can fart all she wants. Right, so yeah, the panic buying. Now, basically, what's happening is these people haven't done what the government have said. The government said, don't panic buy. So does that mean that these people they don't listen to the government? Because 18 months ago, 2 years ago, they were all listening to the government. Get vaxxed, get your mask on, social distance, and they were all listening to the government. So it's because the government says so you have to do what the government says. And now it's a case of they don't want to do what the government says. So which is it? Which side are you actually on, you morons? All right. What you're not thinking about is this. You're not thinking about fire service trucks that might need, I don't know, fuel to come and put out a fire that you might, have in your home. Police cars that might also need some fuel to, come and help you when you're in need. And ambulance services that also probably need fuel. I don't think they've got special pumps that are specifically for them. If they have, please let me know. But I think that these services also all fill up at the similar sort of places. Your dustbin men, they also need fuel in their cars, in their trucks as well, so they can clear out your dustbins. So you're not thinking of anybody, you're thinking of yourself. So this is where the panic buying and the panic fuel is a contradiction now, because you are thinking of number one. You are buying up all the fuel, you are buying up all the food because you are thinking of yourself. It's for your own self, your own self. It's for you, okay? You are being selfish. Now I'm willing to bet that all these people that are being selfish now, 90% of them, maybe even 100% of them, are also the people that 6, 12, 18 months ago said, I am wearing my mask because I'm thinking of everybody else. I am social distancing because I'm thinking of everybody else. I am getting the vaccine because I want to save lives and I want to think of everybody else. I want to save the NHS. It's a bit self-righteous, don't you think? It's really self-righteous. So back then, you wanted to be, I'm helping the community, I'm helping everybody else, I'm getting vaxxed to, to save lives and to, so I can hug my grandma again. But when your grandma needs that ambulance to get to hospital, she needs the ambulance to get to the hospital, she ain't gonna be able to get it because you bought all the freaking fuel, you moron. When your grandma's, she's fallen at the bottom of the stairs and she's left the stove on and there's a fire, nobody can save her. Because, you might be able to hug her, but not for long because, there might be a fire and you can't get the fire brigade there because you bought all the fuel. You put it in your Tesco bags and you put it in your milk bottles or whatever. You're not thinking about the big picture. You're being a little bit selfish now. So you self-righteous people, and that's all it is, it's self-righteousness at a highest level. 1 minute we have to listen to the government, but the next minute we don't. Okay? 1 minute we have to, 1 minute we're social distancing and masking to save other people. I'm not doing it for you, I'm doing it for others. Okay, but then you go and take all the fuel out of the pumps and you take all the food off the shelves and you have 2 trolleys, 3 trolleys, whatever it might be. There's been people, Mindy said to me that there's been she saw people the other day in Morrison with 2 trolleys. All right, if you've got 10 kids, I'll appreciate that, but I very much doubt you have. Okay, unless you're buying for an orphanage, which I don't think you are. Okay, what are you doing? I wish you could see what I could see. I don't know, Jeffrey. My name's Jim. So you're being a little bit selfish. So this goes out to everyone that's filling up the tanks because they can, or because they feel the need to. This goes out to all those people that are, buying up all the. Did you not learn anything from the toilet roll pandemic? Did you not learn anything from that? You're all worrying there's not enough toilet roll. Now there's not enough fuel. Okay. Yes, I believe it's to do with Brexit. I believe that, Brexit is a major part to play. The government are looking at maybe a quick fix, but that's only going to be a quick fix. It's because we've left the EU. So all these drivers that can't work in the UK anymore, because of the visas, they can't bring us fuel, etc., etc. Okay, so what do the government do? They bring in the military. So don't panic about the military. I don't think the military are here right now. Or this could be a coup. I don't think the military are here right now to anything to do with COVID or lockdowns or anything like that. However, the military this is gonna be the military's presence. We're gonna get used to seeing the military on the street. We're gonna get used to seeing the military in shops and on the street. So that when it does come to that, we are then brainwashed. We are then conditioned to seeing the military. So when they do say there's a lockdown and the military are taking over, we just say, oh, just another day in the herd. Okay, sorry, dry mouth. Kampai. Yes, I'm very thirsty. Pardon me. So, okay, quick tip. No, what? Oh, I was going to say it. So this is what's happening. So the military presence is only going to be to get us fuel, okay? But like I say, it just goes out to you self-righteous nuts out there that are all for, I'm getting vaxxed, not for me, but for others. I'm wearing a mask. It's not for my protection. It's for your protection. I'm social distancing, not for my protection, for your protection. I'm buying up all the fuel, not for you, for me. I'm buying up all the bread, not for you, for me. So, I mean, come on. Let's get serious about this. Let's get real. You're a set of muppets. You're as bad as the M25 crazies. That have still sat on the M25. They are still there. They're still holding up traffic. Traffic is still, engines are still running and, emissions are still going out there. And, they're using fuel. So, they're stopping us getting fuel. So I hope you're happy, Mr. M25 nutcase. And I hope you're happy, Mr. Johnson, you crazy man, for, allowing Brexit to happen. But I think that this is to do with Brexit. And I knew we'd pay a price. Just like I said at the beginning of the pandemic, that we are paying a price. And the price we are paying is that everything's being hiked up. Because of the loss that the country has lost due to places closing, people losing income, everything gets hiked up, so there's extra to pay on certain things, so they can claim the money back, okay? But that's just me, my opinion. That's not fact. So if anybody on YouTube's going to be checking this, I'm not mentioning that as a fact. I am saying that as my opinion, and there's no facts there, okay? However, just based on numbers that are rising, we can see that there's a clawback somewhere. So yeah, you people that are out there, why don't you just take what you need and leave what you don't need?
What's the fun in that?
Why are we not a nation of that? Why don't you just take the food off the shelves that you need? Because you're buying 2 and 3 trolleys worth. Well, all right, I'm being like the government now. I'm saying like there's 3 trolleys. Easy, Jason. You're buying 2 trolleys worth of food, which has probably got a sell-by date on it of probably 3 to 4 days, maybe 5 days at the max. Okay? So it's all, unless you're going to pig out, you're not going to use it all. You're wasting your time and you're wasting your money. Now, the fuel scenario, you're filling up for what? Because you take your kid to school every other day, and that's the only reason you use your car. That's the only reason I use my car. I've currently got 84 miles left in my car. If they don't start getting diesel soon, it's going to be a long walk to Tipperary. Or where he goes to school. I won't tell you where he goes to school. Don't weirdos watching. So yeah, it's going to be a long walk to where he goes to school. So, do you know what I mean? So once that's gone, that's gone. And I'm blaming you lot out there. I'm blaming you lot that are rushing to Morrison's to get all the bread, all the toilet roll, and all the Tampax you can possibly need, just in case there's no more tampons around. And I'm also blaming you lot out there that are going to the forecourts to fill your shopping bags up with fuel, to fill your milk bottles up with fuel, to, next they'll be putting it in the pockets and thinking the pockets can hold it. This one more, and I forget where it was. Mindy showed me a video earlier. Where? Oldham. All right, it had to be Manchester, didn't it? So this one guy was trying to put fuel into his shopping bag, and he wondered why it started leaking, and he wondered why it wouldn't hold. And it's like, you freaking idiot! What are you doing? All right, my advice is take what you need, leave the rest, okay? Because that old lady that you said you wanted the vax for, and you said you were social distancing for, and you said that you were wearing a mask for to save their lives, all you're doing right now is you're being selfish and you're taking food out of their mouths. That old lady might need, that old lady or that old man, I'm being really sexist here. That old lady, that old man, the mature end of our generation, of the next generation up, the previous generation, they might need their car to get to a hip appointment, or to get to a doctor's appointment, or to just get to here, there and everywhere, and you're taking it. Are you happy with yourselves?
Even ambulances, not for emergency, but that pick all people up for appointments.
Yeah, even that. Even ambulances that just pick all people up. You're not thinking of the knock-on effect. You're not thinking of the emergency services that can't be at your emergency because you've used all their emergency fuel. Do you know what I mean? So I think you're being, right now you're being selfish. Before you were being supposed to be being selfless. It's just hypocritical. And you've not done what the government told you to do. You wear a mask, you vax, you do this because the government tells you. Yes, that's what you did before. That's the thing. You lock down because the government tells you. I've got to lock down because the app has told me to. Okay, I've got to go into isolation because the app has told me to. But now the government said don't panic buy. So what do you go out and do, you plonkers? You don't listen to the government. Why? 1 minute you do, the next minute you can't pick and choose what you listen to. You can't decide what you're going to listen to. Yes, Mindy's got her hand up. There's all here in the room.
Somebody put on Facebook earlier that everyone's going out and bought all the diesel and stuff, but the roads are empty. So where is everyone? Why they fill the cars up?
Well, yeah. You know, they've all gone out and bought diesel and stuff. They're all filling the cars up, but the roads are empty. I'm not seeing as much traffic as, well, I mean, it's probably gone up a little bit in the last couple of days, but that's only because, you know, the school runs are still the same. There's not treble the cars on the road, so why are they buying it all? You're just spending money that you don't need to spend. You know, if you want to just blow it all, well, I'll give you my bank details. You can donate to the cause.
Yeah.
I'm the cause. We are the cause. So, you know, I mean, is there any views on that? Anybody that's potentially watching? I mean, if you've got any views, right? I'm making a habit of this, I say, if you don't go to Morrison's and buy up all their acai beer, tell you what, if there's a shortage of that, there'll be hell to pay. So, you know.
Yeah, they will.
Yeah, they will.
I'll get it in.
Yeah, Mindy will get her neck broken. I mean, no. So yeah, this is what you're doing. Hello, Mrs. Smith. So this is what you're doing. You're just being a complete. You're being selfish, totally selfish. You know, you're not thinking of others. You were thinking of others apparently 18 months ago. You are no longer thinking of others because you are now being selfish. When the mask wearing and the jabs and the blah 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 was to protect others. You're even going to get your kids jabbed to protect others. But where are you protecting them now? You're not protecting them at all because you are now the cause of a crisis.
The government only said there could be a shortage.
Yeah, that's what I started off with saying.
And it's like, but now there is because of what everyone's done.
So here's what's happened.
Dickheads. Sorry.
I didn't say that, she did. Here's what's happened. The government have tested basically everybody out there and they've said there could be a shortage. Don't panic buy. This is like a mice in a maze. This is a bit of cat and mouse, is this? And what you're all doing is you're playing to the government, you're playing into the hands by going out there and stocking up. There won't be a shortage. I am willing to bet that when my car does need some diesel, I'll be able to go and put at least 10, 15, 20 quid in to get me to where I need. Will I fill up? No. Could I fill up? Probably not. But let's just imagine that I've got the money to fill up. All right. When I was in the Range Rover, that was 100 quid to fill that tank, 120 quid to fill that tank. If I had the money to fill up, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. I'd be thinking, do you know what? What about the person behind me? What about the person in front of me? What about the 10th person behind me? I'm not going to take all the bread off the shelves and all the pasta off the shelves because the government said don't panic buy. I'm not worried.
They can have all turkeys.
Yeah, you can have all the turkeys, government. You can have them all.
Like
Christmas is cancelled and so is bonfire night.
Don't like them.
So, you know, just heed the advice. I don't know what I'm going to put this under. I think there's a lot of views under. I'm going to look at some stuff on YouTube and put this under a similar title. But greedy what?
Brits.
Greedy Brits. My advice is take what you need and leave the rest. Okay? Take what you need and leave the rest. You don't need it all. All right? You're not going to eat everything. I went to a party the other night. You know, we thought, you know, we'll wait for the buffet. You know, we'll let everyone else get theirs first. We'll have a couple of beers first. Got to the buffet, hardly anything left. So then we sat down and we had a beer, and there's plates. There are plates full of food. I'm thinking, I could have had that. I could have had that. I could have had that. You greedy so-and-sos. This is the society we live in. We think if we don't get it now, it's all going to vanish. You know, we're scared, we're fearful. You are living in fear based on but then you're not living in fear. You know, I was going to say you're living in fear based on what the government have said to you, but you're not living in fear because you've You've not adhered to what the government have said. So answer me this other question, you people. Why is it okay to follow the government's rules on COVID, but it's not okay to follow the government's rules on could be a crisis? There's one question. If you can answer that, let me know. Why is it okay 18 months ago to social distance, mask and vax because you were doing it for other people? Not for your safety, you were thinking of others. Why were you thinking of others then, but right now you're being selfish and you're thinking of yourself? You're not thinking of anybody. I know the answer, Mindy.
No one will admit to it.
No one will admit to it, no. But here's the answer. Because one, you'll do what you want anyway. That's why you're not listening to the government now. If it's self-righteous enough, you'll listen to the government. And then the other thing is, you weren't masking for anybody's safety apart from your own. You're not vaxxing for anybody's safety apart from your own. You're just self-righteous. You've put yourself on so much of a pedestal that you can't get down off it and you can't see anything below you. You're losing sight of humanity. By taking everything, you are losing sight of humanity. There's a great film. It's a foreign film, but I watched it all the way through, and it's called The Platform. Okay, and this is humanity right now, and it's basically there's 50 levels, and these prisoners are on these levels, level 1 to 50. There's 2 on each level, and what?
Why are you on a train platform?
No. And what happens is there's this big hole in the middle of the cell on each floor, and you can see right down to level 1. The lower the number, the better off you are. Okay, and your number changes every single week. Okay. Now, what happens is the people on and the hole is for this platform to come up, and it's just filled with some of the most amazing food. And what happens is the people on levels 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on take everything. They just take the lot, which means the people at the top get the scraps. The people that are left last get the scraps. And that's what's happening now, okay? You got to take what you need. And that was the moral of the film, is just take what you need. Leave the rest. You don't need to pig out on stuff.
That's society, though.
You know, you don't need all the fuel. Take what you need. I might call this video that. Take what you need. But you don't need it all. Stop being greedy. Because when there is a zombie apocalypse, and there is, we are all fighting for everything, I'll make this promise to you. If you're one of those people that took all the food, I'm going to take all yours. When it comes to the zombies coming, and it comes to I'm going to be the person that takes your fuel, and I'm going to be the person that takes your food. Because you've done it to others. What? That's not funny. She don't believe me. She don't believe there's a zombie apocalypse coming. Yeah. More of the story. Take what you need. Leave the rest. Please, I can't say it enough.
Take what you need and not what you can.
Ooh. Take what you need and not what you can. Ooh, profound. I like it. Right. Soaps are on. She's got a really excited little face, bless her. Like a kid at Christmas. Mm-hmm. Soaps are on. I'm going to go watch the soaps. I'm going to drink what I need. Which is, do you know what? We could stock up on... I could stock up on alcohol and buy as much alcohol as the fridge could carry. But I don't. I only take what I need at that point in time, what I want at that point in time, what I can physically think, do you know what? That's all right. Just, if you overindulge, you become
one of the 7 deadly sins.
Gluttony. One of the 7 deadly sins, gluttony. Don't fall to pride as well. Stop doing what you're doing. All right, I'm going to say that's just an opinion, and it's the bearded opinion. And yes, the beard's coming back. So, Min don't like it, but the beard's coming back. So I'm going to love you and leave you. I'm off to watch TV. Take what you need, not what you can.